What's going on, everybody? It's Mike Norris here for another episode of Youtalk. This time, I've got the big man, our esteemed CEO at Youtech, Wilbur Your. How's it going, man?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm probably not as good as you because you're out in Arizona and that looks really nice. But
I'm just glad I finally got able to make the show. You know?
I'm just glad that you're here. I gotta have you more, man. You got good insights.
Good. Well, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. I am losing my voice a little bit today. I'm very sorry for everyone, but I'm gonna power through. Today we're gonna talk about something super exciting, and I don't know if do you want me to let you announce it, or do you want me to?
Oh, you can go ahead. We can make it very informal.
Yeah. So we actually acquired the marketing department of another agency, and so we're in a position now where we're going to be able to branch into new industries that we really haven't before. And what we want to talk about today is what that process looks like a little bit, how that benefits us, what we've learned from the experience, what other people could potentially learn from our experience with it and everything too. So I guess I'll start by asking you a question, Wilbur, like, how does this benefit us?
Well, I think as far as the acquisition goes, and all acquisitions are different. And companies buy certain companies for specific reasons, whether it's to enhance their services or to shelf it so that they don't have a competitor running around or whatever it is. But in this case for us, everything aligned because we're in growth mode. And for Youtech, we have goals that we want to reach for the next 3 years. And this not only helps our bottom line, it adds to our monthly revenue. But it also allows us to acquire talent and get into an industry that we're not really that big in currently. We had a couple clients there, but we believe that our services and everything that we do here at Youtech can really benefit this industry. And so this agency that we acquired had over 20 years in this industry. They're very well known in the industry. So it was a perfect fit, honestly. It's a win-win situation for the owners of that agency, but also for us. I mean, it helps us grow, and it gives us the resources and additional resources to scale Youtech for the next, 3 years.
Yeah, and this is an idea that we had been tossing around for a little while with like even the same company and then like other companies too. I mean, what was it about like this specific time and because like COVID's going on right now,
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sure this is weird to people to see like why now and why this specific agency?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's really important to know that with the pandemic going on and with COVID going on, and I understand that, a lot of industries are at a standstill, and the economy isn't at its best. We believe in times like this is the best time to make those investments. And for us, business moves. We're still moving. We still have bills to pay. We still have payroll to run. We still have clients to serve. But in this case, we needed to make this investment now, when everyone else is kind of running scared. And so for us, we want to be leaders in this industry. We want to be leaders in business as a whole. And we want to show our clients and our employees and our team members that we're not afraid right now. And we're ready to kind of take that next step, even when a pandemic is going on.
Sure. Yeah. And I mean, we're obviously in a really good position, like surprisingly. I mean, I guess not surprisingly, but like, just given everything and all the stories that you hear about all these other businesses, unemployment rates are skyrocketing and stuff. It's like, man, to be able to do something like this. And I mean, we've hired like 20 people since February? It's crazy. But with that, I mean, did you ever think when you first started Youtech as like an entrepreneur, did you ever think we'd be where we're at now?
Honestly, I mean, no, not really. I always had a big picture for this company and all that, but not like to what the extent it's at now. I mean, looking back when we started in my parents' basement and, I was borrowing $20 for gas money, and now to the point where, we We have over 56 employees. We have 2 office spaces. We're expanding a 3rd. We have, obviously over 1,000 clients that we serve nationwide. I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy to see where we're, how far we've come. But I truly believe that this is just still the beginning. I think the hardest part was getting to where we are now with no resources, no financial backing, no funding. Now that we do have the resources, and now we do have a lot more financial means, and we're able to go through an acquisition, we're able to compete with these other agencies that are acquiring. We're able to compete for talent. It puts us in a different light.
Yeah.
And allows us to excel and grow that much faster. And that's why for the next 3 years, we're in this growth mode. But in this growth mode, we have the resources that most other agencies have now, where we should see a significant increase in revenue, in employees, in clients we serve, but also doubling down on the services that we offer. So we know the most important thing for us is taking care of our clients and making sure that they're successful. And we have the resources now to bring in better talent, to have better software, to spend more time on our clients.
Yeah. Well, everything you're describing just sounds like an entrepreneur's dream, right? To come from, your parents' basement, borrow money for gas. I don't know what you need gas for if you're in the basement, but no, I honestly think it's every entrepreneur's dream. And I think it's very enviable. And I think a lot of people work with us because of your story, and they're inspired by you and getting to this position. Do you have any advice for people? Maybe some hurdles you've overcome along the way, or things that you learned?
Yeah. I think there's a couple things. The first thing that I want to kind of get across is when you're starting off, for any business owner, and every business owner knows this, is to surround yourself with good people. The first couple people that you hire into your organization are going to be the most important people, because they're going to help you build the foundation for that business. And one thing to always remember is that, business doesn't build people. People build business. And so it's very, very important to bring in the right talent in the very beginning. Obviously, as you grow, you're going to have some bad apples here and there, and you're going to want to replace them and all that. But it's very, very important that I would say the first 5-10 people that you bring into a business, they're rock stars. They're A players. That's going to create a solid foundation for you. And those are the people that you don't want to lose either. The second thing that I think is really, really important for business owners to know is that do not get in your own way. Have people that are smarter than you do things for you. Not everything has to be perfect, just run, get the product out there, get the service out there, because it's not going to be perfect the first go around. If you look at some of the websites that we built when we first started to what the website's like now, it's completely different. But in order to get to that end result, we had to learn, we had to invest, we had to bring in talent, we had to do all this stuff. So it's important to remember that you're always evolving, and every business is evolving. And if you always wait for the most perfect software to release it in order to release it, you'll never get there. When Facebook first launched, it wasn't perfect. There were so many bugs with it. There's so many issues, but they released it and it was still usable. And then they added things to it. Now Facebook is obviously Facebook. So don't get in your own way. Let the people that you hire do the jobs that they are meant to do, that know more than you, and ultimately trust the process and give them time. If it doesn't work out in a few months and maybe you hired the wrong person or you hired the wrong agency, it's okay.
Yeah.
But make sure that you're not the reason why your business isn't going. I think that's a huge aspect for every entrepreneur.
I love that. And I think it comes down to ultimately not being afraid to make mistakes, right? Yeah, I said that right. You gotta jump and realize you could fall flat on your face.
Right.
But the alternative is you do nothing, essentially, because you're just thinking about it. You're trying to make it perfect, and you're not putting anything out there. You're not doing anything.
Right.
You gotta just do it.
Right.
You're not going
to do it. You got to roll with it. and people are going to come back to you and say, this is terrible. And that's where you adjust.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. You got to be willing to take that and just roll with it.
Yep.
So you touched on the industry that we're now getting into with the acquisition and everything, which is higher ed is essentially what it is, and trade schools and things of that nature. What was it about this industry that kind of appeals to you?
Well, here's the thing. For higher ed, we understand that it's a huge industry for two reasons. One is that people want to go to school, and two is that there's financial aid. And so for colleges, there's a lot of competition in that industry in order to get that student to come to your school. And so before, it would be newsletters or it'd be career day in high school or whatever it was to drive traffic. But now these people are on Facebook, they're on Google, they're on digital. So we believe that the services that we offer across the board for so many different other industries matches really well with higher ed. The other thing that we believe in is that higher ed is shifting quickly. A lot more colleges are moving towards online and getting online enrollment. And so we believe, again, even like with this whole COVID situation, I'm not really scared for the higher ed industry because they're offering online education. Everyone still wants to go to school. So there's plenty of business in it. And so we believe the services that we offer will ultimately help the schools that we've acquired or clients that we've acquired. We took a look at a lot of case studies. We took a look at some of the things that they're currently running on, and we believe that we can drive CPA down and get a higher ROI on the money spent. And that's why, we really do like the industry. We believe the services that we offer kind of work across all industries, really. So
what are some things that you looked at while thinking about acquiring? Like, are you looking at revenue versus expenses? Are you, what kind of stuff? Growth? I mean, I'm just guessing.
So the biggest thing for me is I look at the balance sheet, I look at the P&L statements, but I can get everything I really need from a balance sheet. And what I want to know is, are they ROI and cash flow positive on a monthly basis? I want to know the opportunities with the current clients that they have, the services that they're being offered. And I want to see where that opportunity can grow and basically assign a number to that. But for us, really, I mean, it all came in really well as far as cost goes, as far as revenue goes, as far as profit margins go. And we're able to even increase profit margins based on some of the services that we offer because we're already doing it. There's costs in there that we don't have to duplicate like if they were running on their own because we already pay for it.
Like
and so
stuff like that.
correct,
too. Yeah.
Correct. But ultimately, we look for a strong balance sheet. We look for strong margins, and we look for opportunity. And that's the thing that we kind of looked at as far as this acquisition goes.
Sure. That makes sense. Anything else on this front, acquisition-wise, that you think people should know? I mean, and maybe some advice on the process of the acquisition. Like, how does that go? I know it's a ton of paperwork and stuff like that.
The acquisition is a lot of work. And for no matter how big or small acquisitions are, it's just a lot of work. It's a matter of bringing in employees to fit into your culture. It's a matter of making sure that agreements are in place, making sure that everyone is held responsible for what their job roles are. During the acquisition, it's about getting paid. It's about paying specific bills, cutting costs. All that stuff kind of goes into the acquisition side. And obviously that's not even accounting for all the legal hours that are involved as well. But my advice as far as for, acquisitions, truthfully, this was my first acquisition. And obviously I learned about it through my MBA program and all that stuff, but it's nothing like in class. It's something that you have to go through. And I reached out to my mentors. I brought in my attorneys. that ultimately helped me through that process. And now, you know, that we have the acquisition under our belt, you know, the one advice I can give is look at everything. Look at the numbers and make sure it's something that you want to go through with. I mean, this is not something that you can half-ass. It's something that you have to really kind of dig yourself into, and make sure that you have the team to help you transition everything.
Sure.
I think it's really important to know that, you know, yeah, great, we bought the company, now what? You know, there's a process in which, okay, here's what the employees need to do. Here's where the tasks need to come. This is what, as far as the clients need and all the onboarding for those clients. I mean, you have to get kind of everything aligned in that way. And I think we did a really good job of that. But yeah, I think the most important part is to be ready and be ready to work for it, because it's not easy going through that process.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just, I can tell you, like, from my point of view, being an employee, it's like the number one question I think that I received from other people was, how does this change our day to day? Like, what does this mean for us? You know? And I'm sure it was the same thing with clients too. I mean, yeah, it was. I mean, we were on the calls. I heard it. Like, how does this change the services that we're receiving? If you don't have a game plan for that, I mean, you're gonna look like an idiot. So definitely. Well,
no, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and you know, we're still doing the work right now. But I think the transition period is kind of over at this point, where we kind of put them in our groove and kind of showed them the Youtech way, and I think it's working out really well for both sides.
Yeah, we're happy to have them too. Any final thoughts on anything? Or I think we covered pretty much everything.
Yeah, I think that's really it. We're excited for the holiday season. We're excited for Q4. You know, we are currently still hiring. And I think in the next couple of years, we're going to reach that 100 employee mark. We're going to have our third office location, and we're going to be in a really good position. So I'm excited about all that. I'm excited for all the new team members. I'm excited for the current team members. There's a lot of growth opportunities. Yeah, I'm just excited. I think this is going to be great, you know, as we head into 2021.
Yeah, me too. Any sneak peeks on what the third office space might be?
You know, here's the thing. I'm only going to tell you this. Well, you know, and then you're going to post it so everyone else.
Nobody was.
We were really, really close in California. We were really, really close in LA. And then it was Orange County. And with the whole COVID situation, California has been on lockdown and has been on lockdown since. And so we didn't pull the trigger because we didn't know who would actually come into the office, you know, what the situation was like with the fires and all that stuff too. Yeah. And so now we're holding off till early 2021 to pull trigger, but we're starting to get some interest in the great state of Texas as well. And so I'm not going to name a city yet, but we're still now kind of debating on which route we're going to take, but that's where we're at.
Everything's bigger there, you know.
I hear that.
Make marketing bigger.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, thank you so much for your time today, man. I really appreciate it. And I want to get you back here at some point too, maybe talk about like more entrepreneurship stuff. I think a lot of people can learn a lot from you.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.